This is Corey.
And I'm Sharonda.
And this is Until Forever.
Forever.
This is a relationship podcast. We do not claim to be experts and gurus. Same disclaimer we give every time. I've given it 15 times now.
But we should keep giving it.
And this is number 16, right?
Episode 16.
We can drive. We driving now. Unless you in what states? There are certain states that don't let you drive until you're 18.
Really?
You didn't know that?
In the United States of America?
Right here in America. There are some places where you have to be 18. If you know where that is, put it in the comments. We want to know because I don't remember.
I'm going to fact check right now on Google.
She always try to prove me wrong. But what she don't know is that if I'm right, tonight she's giving me the best back rub I've ever received in my life. Look at her face. Y'all see her face? How many is it? I think California is one of them. Okay, so
New York, New Jersey.
Mm-hmm.
You have your permit, but you cannot get your full license
until you're 18 years old.
Alabama is 17. Arkansas 18. California 17. Colorado 17. Connecticut 18.
See, it feels good when you're right.
It's actually a lot of states with 17 and 18 as the full license requirement.
It feels good.
Which makes a lot of sense maturity-wise. I'm sorry. Corey was correct.
It does make a lot of sense maturity-wise. And that I'm correct. Because I think she meant both when she said it makes a lot of sense. I think it makes a lot of sense that I'm right.
He's hardly ever right.
Most of the time. Okay, anyway. So, thank you guys for joining us. If you listened last week, we dove into some great dialogue from, what was his name? I don't want to mess his name up.
I knew you weren't going to be able to pronounce it. Ezekiel Azanwu.
Ezekiel Ozanwu. Azanwu. Mr. Azanwu. Mr. Ezekiel Azanwu, who has a great following on social media, and he's doing big things. He's very smart, very intelligent gentleman. He just happens to be one that speaks some good stuff. Like, you know, there's a lot of people who folks are following that ain't about, you know, I ain't gonna talk about him like that, but it's just really good to see a young brother doing this thing that is talking real good. So y'all go follow him, go check him out. We'll link him. Will we link him? Can we link him? Can we do that?
Yes, in our YouTube description.
We'll link him in the YouTube description because we want him to get credit. These checklist items we didn't come up with.
No, these are all him.
These are all him. We just talking about them because they were too good not to have said something. So we left off on number 5. If you want the first 4, you need to go watch last week's episode. That's on you.
Yes.
That's on you.
Ooh, sorry guys.
Should be hitting the mic. I don't know what's wrong with her. All right, so what we got? Let's go.
Okay, number 5. Not enough people engage and get to know each other in meaningful platonic ways. And then in like blocks, what are those called? Not parentheses, but the line thing you can do on iPhones.
But they like parentheses though.
Okay. Instant sensuality is a blindfold. The church can do better with creating avenues for this.
What's that? Can you look that word up? Sensuality. Because I really want to get, I don't want to get too deep, but I want to get deep with this one. Because I like it, for one. And for 2, if I just, you know, I'll say my little piece now because I know Sharonda's going to jump in there. But like this is very true. I think a lot of us especially younger people, they look at how it looks because we have this image of marriage. We have this image of relationship, this image of being a couple, a power couple. You know, what is he bringing to the table? What is she bringing to the table? Let's make boss moves. You know what I'm saying? We looking at Beyonce and Jay-Z and all these, you know, big couples. You can't say Kim and Kanye no more. They done called it quits, Lord. But you have this idea and this image, but if you go into a relationship with this idea and this image, you are guaranteed to fail if you don't make some quick changing in decision making that says, hey, this is something you got to work at. This image of this it's not what it's supposed to be. Did you find it? I'm sorry.
Yes. It has nothing to do with what you're just saying.
No, I know that. I'm just saying I want to dive into the sensuality part.
Okay, yes. So it's senses, the enjoyment, expression, or pursuit of physical, especially sexual pleasure.
Yes.
The condition of being pleasing or fulfilling to your senses.
Mm-hmm. This feels right. I just like how this feels. I feel good when he's around. When she come over, I feel better. Like my problems leave. I got to keep her around. That must mean something. But you're not always going to get them feelings. When Sharonda come in the room, some days...
I don't care.
Some days, I'm like, yes. I've been waiting for her to walk through that door all day. I can't wait to see her, blah, blah, blah. Some days she come in the room and I'm like, what's she about to say? She mad about something. She got that stank look on her face. Oh, she power walking. Whenever she power walking, I don't know what y'all to see. Y'all that are in relationships, you know your couples, you know your significant others like thing. Like it's something they do. Yeah. Hers is power walk. If she power walking in small spaces, that means she mad. Something going on. It ain't right. It don't take that long to get from this end of the dresser to the next. There was no need to power walk that way, but you did it anyway. So something's going on. I'm telling you. Go ahead. I'm talking to, but this is funny.
Yeah, we want to get through the rest of these. So, it said not enough people engage and get to know each other in meaningful platonic ways. Meaning, like, we don't take the time to actually be friends. And I don't know if that's because people are so concerned about being put into the friend zone. But
that might be a thing for guys. We might be concerned.
It can definitely be a thing for girls. I've definitely been friend zoned. In the past, I've definitely been friend zoned, like sister mode, instead of seen as somebody that could be a romantic relationship.
I think.
But it's saying that the church can do better in creating avenues for this, which is very true.
Let me mess you up first, and then we're going to go back there. But I want to go there because you're right. But I'm finna mess you up. I think girls are concerned about the friend zone. But when a guy is friend zoning a girl, it's because he can't get what he wants from her. I think guys, because let's be honest, most guys, especially when you come of age and you're able to do nasty stuff, and up until when you finally mature around,
you didn't have to call it nasty.
Around your 30s or whatever, I think that when you meet somebody, it's can I have sex with her, and you're trying to get as much as you can get. That's really how most fellas think. There are some that are mature enough to get to where they mature past that level. But in most cases, guys are like, man, can I get this from her? And if you know that she's got standards and she don't do none of that stuff, then she gets friend zone. She cool to be around, but I know it ain't going nowhere with her. And if I do want to go there with her, I got to be committed to her, and I'm not going to do that. So she just cool. That's the friend. And if she ever offer it, I'm gonna take it. but I'm telling you, that's the fellas. So that's the friend zone for girls. But for us, we don't want to get friend zone because that means that there's just no chance of us ever going there with the girl. So I think it's two totally different things when you say friend zone. And I never thought about that before. Okay, go ahead.
Well, the point he was making is that the church should create more avenues for men and women to get to know each other in a platonic way.
But see, what does that look like? Because we'll talk about the church in a second. They got a dating circle going on in there. Like, yeah, and you know it's true. You know that
I get what you're saying. I don't think it necessarily needs to be a singles night.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just needs to be more, oh my gosh, what was that?
Mm-hmm.
It's like a moth or something flying around in here.
Y'all, we in the garage.
I'm kind of like freak out. What the heck is that?
Oh, this one of them Beatles. It ain't doing nothing. Let me take my shoe off. Well, this one gonna get a lot of views here.
Maybe we can cut. Can we cut?
No, we're not cutting, girl.
Okay,
this is
well
good.
then don't try and go after it.
Why not? I have to protect my queen.
Okay, so what I'm saying is it could be more like social events because I mean, do you know what I'm saying though? Like when I met you, it was not in a. I mean, we met at church, but we got to know each other because not that the church was having gatherings or events for people to get to know each other and spend time with each other as church members, but I was invited to hang out with people after church.
Yeah, we had our thing. We had our own. Not me and you, but like the group.
Yes, it was like a group of people, different families, and so it creates this atmosphere, this space, this environment where people can come in a relaxed environment, play games, watch movies, talk about random topics, and then you kind of get to know someone platonically, which is exactly what happened for us.
So yeah, and that. So you're right. So then, because we kind of created that for ourselves, so we were blessed to have that. Because thank God, I know we wouldn't be here now if it wasn't for that. So I guess churches would have to get creative in figuring out ways to do that. That doesn't promote. I don't know, people.
It's not a dating thing. It's not
right.
It's not a meet and greet to date necessarily.
Right. But that's how we view single ministry. It's not a speed
dating night.
But that's how we view. We see single ministries one or two ways. It's either as a place to go to get told that God is going to bless you with somebody. You just ain't positioned yourself for that person yet, or that they trying to hook everybody up in the church. Like that's the two ways that single ministries are perceived. So I think we have to get creative and figure out a way that we can get.
I agree. And a lot of churches have tried it. And I think the pandemic has kind of like put us on a reset of that. What are people comfortable with doing? You know, like the event that we went to Monday for Memorial Day, the Gospel Fest, the concert. And, you know, that was a large event where it's just different people there, single people, married people, children, older people. And so situations like that allows you to get to know somebody platonically.
Yeah. Shout out to Larry Lee and Pure Sound, Backline, by the way, because they put on a phenomenal event. Phenomenal event here in Southern Illinois. Put it on the map. All right, go ahead.
Okay, so number 6. Let's keep it moving. Too many broken people unaware of their own brokenness are people expecting whole people to show up and save them. That is a good one.
Yeah, and this isn't fair. Because that one, this isn't fair.
That is a good one.
Oh my God, I'm saying it's not fair because we try to get all this done in 30 minutes, and
you're the one that went too long last week and stopped at 4. We should have went half and half. Okay, come on. Number 6. Too many broken people unaware of their own brokenness are people expecting whole people to show up and save them.
Why do we do this?
Look for a superhero?
Why do we do this? Give me one reason why. What do you think?
Because we're told that 2 people make 1. That's good. Biblically, Adam and Eve have been broken down so much as Eve is a part of Adam that we're looking for somebody that we're supposed to complete. Instead of looking to be complete ourselves.
Okay, that's real good. I'm going to give you this one, though. I think we grow up with this whole Disney movie attitude. with the prince saving the princess.
Romantic
attitude.
comedy.
Yes, Sweep Me Away, Tyler Perry, all this praise. The woman that's getting treated the worst is the one the guy gonna come in and save. And he always somebody got a questionable background. He just got out of jail, but it was for a good reason. He killed somebody that killed his mom or something silly. I don't know, I'm making this stuff.
Not Mr. Deeds. Good Deeds or whatever.
I'm telling you, okay, that one though, that was actually the only one.
He was the wealthy guy.
I kind of like, but it's this whole battered person, because sometimes it ain't the woman, sometimes it's the guy who's down and out, and they never had nobody treat them right, and then here comes somebody, and all of a sudden, wow, we complete each other, yay! And then we think we're supposed to have these storybook marriages and storybook relationships. That is not fair to the other person, and it ain't fair to the other person. Like it's not fair. If we walked into each other's life like that, and let's say you got all this stuff going on with you, and you're expecting me, and it's unconscious. I don't think you come come fix me, please. I don't think it's that.
No. Because think about people that, and I'm sure a lot of you listening or watching can think of at least 1 to 2 people that you see them in relationships, and they keep picking these projects. And and when I say projects, I mean like somebody that needs to be fixed.
Wow.
Or somebody who you're for the life of you can't understand why they are in a relationship with this person, because they barely have anything on the list that would make them a good qualified husband or wife if they're seriously dating for marriage. But they keep basically picking the same person wrapped in a different body. You know what I'm saying?
This one was light skinned.
Yes, that one was dark skinned. This one may make more money, but that one was broke. But it's still the same issues constantly, and it's because I don't know. We're not allowing Jesus to make us whole. Honestly, if you want to go on a spiritual level with that,
we have to though. We have to go on the spiritual level with it, because that's exactly what it is. We don't give God a chance to work the stuff out in us. And when I said earlier about the 1 or 2 reasons for the single ministries is, you ain't got who you supposed to have because God got stuff and you work out, and I said it jokingly because, it's almost an excuse here and there. But there is some truth to that. If I would have, I'll say this, when we got married, I probably shouldn't have gotten married. I still had some stuff I was on the tail end of some stuff, but I still had some stuff that needed to be worked out. And because it didn't, we had a crazy whirlwind, rocky first year of marriage that probably could have been avoided if I would have stepped back and said, wait, here's some things we need to work this out. We got to put all this on the table. I failed to do that, but by the grace of God, we made it through to where we are now. But like, it's those type of things that you really need to clear out. Whenever you, even in practical application, whenever you are applying adhesive to something, and you're trying to stick 2 things to each other, in order to make them stick appropriately, both pieces have to be completely clean.
Yes.
And free of any debris or dust or anything.
Dirt, yes. Completely
clean. And it's the same way when you're trying to enter into a serious relationship. You've got too much stuff and you're trying to make it stick, bro. It's not. It can stick, but it's going to be weak. And it's going to take a lot of work to get that thing to really gel like it should. So
I'm going to say 7 and 8 because they tie in with 6.
Mm-hmm.
And we can keep going if you want. But
which takes away 1, which is why we only did 4 last week. I just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, whatever. So number 7 was people have trauma.
Mm-hmm.
And number 8 is people need therapy.
And like she said, this ties into 6 because
he's talking about people being broken and looking for somebody else who's whole to make them whole.
But you need therapy to make you whole.
Yeah.
And therapy
you need
can
Jesus,
come.
You need therapy. You need Jesus and therapy.
Yep. I was going to say therapy comes in different forms. It's whatever works for you. Everybody's not going to have the means to be able to sit in front of a psychiatrist or someone who with a medical degree that can sit and help and diagnose and lead you in the right direction. But you need something. It's someone to talk to, a spiritual advisor, something that can help you get through whatever it is that you've been through. And a lot of the unseen and the stuff you don't realize.
Yes, that, the patterns, behavior patterns, things that you may fall back on as crutches, emotionally, physically. I mean, a lot of people don't realize how much they use food as a crutch, or shopping as a crutch, or sex as a crutch. So alcohol, any of those things. And so you may need to take some time. One thing I respected about someone that I know, and I'm not going to put them out there because I don't know if they want their business show like that, but someone that I know, that was a guy. They were in a very serious relationship, and when that relationship ended, they didn't just jump back into the dating scene. They were like, I'm going to put myself on a dating break for 2 years. And I was thinking, there's no way they're going to last 2 years without dating somebody. But they did it, and they did it because that relationship was very serious, very close to marriage, and when they broke out of that, they needed some time to heal. They needed some time to reassess what they really valued in a relationship. And they needed some time to make sure that they weren't allowing somebody else to come along and replace the person that they just got done with. And so that in itself can be an issue. You could be a serial dater. And do you ever have any time alone? So.
Those, very true. Very true. I know with me, I struggled with attention issues, and I didn't know it until I really sat down and said, well, why am I the way that I am? You got to ask yourself the hard questions. You got to really, point out the stuff in your life that ain't right and deal with it.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, number 9. Men and women are not listening to each other and seem to enjoy being at odds.
I have my own theory for this. I ain't even gonna share it.
Why would you not share it? That's what we're doing. We're
okay, well, since you asked,
oh gosh,
I blame reality television for this. I blame reality television. I blame reality.
He blames reality television for this
because we can't have. Really, we said last week about the arguing. You're going to have arguments, and if you're not arguing, something ain't right.
Yes.
Y'all then took that and blew it out of. Y'all be fighting and having silly arguments and silly disagreements that don't come
super petty.
Yeah, that don't come to you. Don't come, like when we have our disagreements, our arguments, they end. Like there's a conclusion there. There's okay, you did that, I did this.
You're not picking it back up again.
Let's figure out what happened. Let's fix it. Let's not go back in this, back around it. We don't do that now. We just fight and then we stop fighting because we got tired of fighting. We have sex a couple times and then we fight again, and then we call up our homeboy, or we call up, she call up her girlfriend, and they fight, or they tell, girl, he did this, girl, he did. Well, I wouldn't be doing that. Well, come on, homie, we gonna go to this, and we gonna do this because she shouldn't have did that, and then it's nothing gets resolved. We stay at odds. We have to feel like something's going on in order to function. And I think that is a spiritual thing. And I hate to get deep, but I think it's a spiritual thing because because God is a God of peace.
Okay.
And when you have God, you have peace if you allow peace to be in your life. And when you crave the opposite of peace, that's not of God. And you don't realize you're craving it. It's like I need something to be disruptive. I need something. And Sharonda be doing that to me.
What?
She'll walk in the room and I'll be sitting there playing PlayStation, everything fine. And why are these socks on the floor? Just because she's craving. I'm playing. Let me quit.
Because I'm craving a clean environment where socks aren't on the floor. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, it got too deep. I had to say something silly. She don't do that to me. She just picks it up and power walks to the basket to put it in.
Be so mad. I'd be so mad. But at least they made it from the foot of the bed to the floor. So.
Ooh, I had that bad. I used to. How do y'all sleep? Do you sleep with socks? Or do you sleep with no socks? Put it in the comments. I want to know. Let us know, how do you sleep? Or do you? This is what I used to do. I would take them halfway off. I don't know what it is, but I used to I would be so comfortable to be halfway off, and then at some point through the night they'll come all the way off, and they just there.
And then when you make the bed in the morning, there's socks.
Surprise! They'd be looking at you like, "Here I am," and she get mad.
Oh my gosh. Okay, number 10. People are choosing mates based on how others will perceive the relationship.
This is very true.
Yee.
This is very true.
Especially in the church.
Big time.
Especially in the church.
Don't be in the church and be a part of a family church and you're part of the family that runs the church. Don't do that, because then definitely it's huge. It's big. I think
There's so much matchmaking.
Yes.
Of what would look good.
I was match made twice. No. Once. The second one was just I ain't gonna go there.
Let's not.
But the match made one was definitely a lot of pressure. Definitely a lot of pressure. And I just thank God it didn't go that route, because who knows what would happen. But
I think it's definitely true that people pick a mate based off of how other people will think, what other people will think about their marriage, about their relationship. So let me marry this guy because he's a lawyer, and lawyers, quote unquote, make a lot of money. I mean, yeah, if you're a good lawyer, you're working. But, or let me marry this guy because he's a preacher and I can sing. So I can sing before he preaches every week. Like everybody's not going to be Karen Clark Sheard and Bishop Sheard, So.
It sounds crazy, but I thought that I was supposed to have a wife that would sing for me before I preach.
I don't sing, guys. I can sing in a choir. I can hold a note, but I'm not doing no solos.
And I mean, that was all other people's perspective and other folks' views and opinions that were placed on me growing up. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that has gone through that. And hopefully, folks don't get stuck there and think that I have to make sure, our family's a huge part. Not us personally, I'm saying in general. Our families are a huge part of our decision making too when it comes to getting married for some people.
Yes. Are you asking? Or are you saying?
I'm saying.
Are you saying our O-U-R, or are you saying R-A-R-E?
I think she confused y'all.
I'm hungry, guys.
Put it in the comments. Is she confused?
Were you saying R, like asking a question?
No. Well, yeah. I wasn't asking the question. I was making a statement.
You were making a statement.
But that's what I meant.
I think we talked about that before, though. A little bit, not a lot. We talked about, like, leave to cleave. That was an episode, and if you didn't watch it, you should go back and watch or listen.
You should definitely watch it.
But, I guess we did say we would go back into it a little bit more. And definitely, when you have a family that you can trust and you're tight-knit, everyone feels like they should give some type of entitlement of an opinion on, yeah, he's good for you, he's not good for you. Yes, she's good for you, she's not good for you. I don't trust them. I don't trust their background, something like that. They're going to put their opinions out there, especially if you're tight-knit and everybody feels like, no, they need to protect you in some type of way. But you can also get people, friends and family, who think, yes, that would be great for you, and they have no clue what the relationship is like. Like on the Tyler Perry movie, Medea's Family Reunion, where one of the daughters, it was the sisters, and one of the daughters, she was with what's the character? And he was like super handsome, super rich, and the mother was just concerned about her having this glamorous lifestyle, but he was abusing her. And so it's like, you never know, not that it has to go that far, but it's just, don't marry somebody based off of what you think it will look like. That is the worst thing you could ever do.
Yes.
Because it could totally look different after you say I do.
And
why are
in
you
most
laughing
cases,
like that?
Because in most cases it does.
It does. I mean, everybody changes. Every individual changes and evolves as a person through a marriage. And so if the basis isn't a good platonic foundation there where you actually enjoy being with each other, then you're kind of dooming yourself down the road.
You got to have something that to build on. I'm glad you said that. And but I'll say this, we're done. But yeah, you're right. You got to have something to build on, because at the end of the day, when the dust settles, all the argument is over, the at odds and all that stuff, you got to have something that's anchoring you and that's holding you together. Man, I think that's the Lord. That's not what I was going to say. I feel bad now. Because I was not going to say nothing about the Lord. But I love you, Jesus. And you are the reason. You the anchor God. But look, I was saying that I think our friendship helps to anchor us, because at the end of the day, no matter how upset we are, when something good happens, we want to share it with each other. Yeah. When we're upset about something, we want to share it with each other. When just something crazy we see on Facebook or whatever, we want to share it with each other. And when something's not right with, that dynamic, then it kind of forces us to deal with what's going on.
Yes. So
that's the platonic element. That might be my favorite one. What was that, number 6? 7?
Number 5.
No, it wasn't 8.
Number 5.
7 and 8 was 1, wasn't it?
Number 5. It was number 5.
Number 5. You ever seen that movie, Johnny 5?
No.
You've never seen Short Circuit? That's the name of it, Short Circuit.
Okay, because I was like, what's Johnny 5?
You've never seen Short Circuit?
I've not paid attention to it. I've seen it. I'm not going to lie.
Your mama was a snowblower. You never seen that?
No.
I ain't talking about your mama. I love your mama. Mama Craig, if you're listening, I love you.
No, I have not paid attention to it, but I know you're not going to talk about me when you haven't seen Love Jones.
I've seen Love Jones.
No, you haven't.
I have seen Love Jones.
He still hasn't seen it, guys. And until we got married, he had never seen The Color Purple.
All the way through. You see, you're not finishing you can't just put it out there. It's just like saying.
Well, that's what I'm admitting about Short Circuit. I've seen it. I've never watched it from beginning to end.
You ain't, but you haven't, though. I don't think you. Okay. We thank you guys for watching. Let us stand.
Thank you guys for joining us for episode 16 of Until Forever. And we hope that you will follow us on Facebook and Instagram. If you are watching us on YouTube or Facebook, please do us a favor and comment, like, and share. And if you're listening to us on any of our podcast platforms, give us a rating and subscribe. We'd love to hear from you guys. Email us, DM us, inbox us. We love the feedback. And we love the ideas. People are starting to give us more episode ideas in the comments. It's pretty cool.
Anchored is a great podcast platform.
He's just excited he remembered it. So, yes, thank you guys so much for listening, and see you next week.
And go watch Short Circuit. It's good.
Bye.